your assignments? Okay. Somebody is nudging somebody. Don't remind him. Don't remind him. All right. I will collect my assignments. Or maybe after the class. Today we are going back to school. Tell your neighbor, back to school. Back to school. Interestingly, all the MD has been saying is what I want to talk about this morning. How we need to ensure that we learn. One of the biggest mistakes that I made when I started doing this business was I thought that I could just do it on the fly. Just the same way some of us think we can. Am I correct? Yes. You get signed up and immediately you are thinking about how you will make ₦1 million in the next 1 month. In fact, you are so sure. So you have your strategies mapped out and you go out there and you want to get it done. And then you begin to find out that there are things you can't get happen for you. It is because we did not go to school. But today, we will quickly get to school briefly so that from now on, it becomes a little better. Every time you go out there, you have learned something you can use. It's extremely... How many people know how to drive here? You know how to drive? Okay, good. Please put your hands down. How many people do not know how to drive, but you've watched people that have driven for at least 10 years? You've been watching them for at least 10 years. Okay, please put down your hands. How many of you believe that based on how long you've been watching people drive, if we give you a car now, you will drive well? Perfectly. That's good. I like honest people. That is the same belief that people have when they start this business. That this thing is simple now. You just enter, you start, you engage the gear, and continue to move. But nowadays you have automatic. So it's just automatic. When you get into the car, you discover that your leg needs to go to school. The pressure point on the accelerator and the brake is different. You need to learn it by time. If you have a car that has a clutch, you need to learn how to release the clutch and how to do a give and take between the clutch and the throttle. Am I correct? Yes. And then you need to learn how to look at the side view mirror, the rear view mirror, how to glance at everything at the same time, ensuring that the temperature doesn't get too hot, the speedometer doesn't go beyond. There's sometimes I wonder how we do it. And some people have mastered it so much that they can do it drunk, completely drunk. Okay? That's because they went to school. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be learning a few things today. Very quickly, I want you to look at a few of the things that I'll put on the slides. I will take a few moments to just read them. I said learning precedes earning. Tell your neighbor, learning precedes earning. Learning precedes earning. If you want to earn, you must learn. Tell them, if you want to earn, you must learn. Alright, what we'll do quickly is just 5 seconds, we'll go through a number of things I found online. We let ourselves, we shall always be waiting for some distraction or the other today before we can really get out to work. The only people who achieve are those who want knowledge so badly that they seek it while conditions are still unfavorable. Because favorable conditions will never come. That was written by C.S. Lewis, the guy who movie in which the lizard and the wardrobe. Change is the end result of all true learning. You stand here. Learning is not child's play. You cannot learn without pain. Learning never exhausts the mind by Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest wizards of the mind, and all that. Okay? The knowledge of all things is possible, and so much and so forth. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn them by doing them. Okay, this morning at the video show. How many of us were at the video show? Okay, just a few of us. Insightful video. You may need to watch it later. The MD gave one insight and said, hey, there's no way you can do stuff without doing it. There's no way you can learn to do it without doing it. It's just the way you cannot say you will try after watching people try. You still need to learn to try. Same thing. Alright, one of the most important things we need to know with learning is what we call attitude. Say attitude, please. Attitude. One of the most important things in learning is what we call attitude. What is most important about going back to school is your attitude in going back to school. Because ladies and gentlemen, I like to tell you, if you do not have the right attitude, it will be impossible for you to function in school. It will be impossible for you to even go back to learn. Because the right attitude is what makes you succeed in this business. That is all. The right attitude is what makes you succeed in any business, actually. Okay? In Avenues 12, once your attitude is right, you can be sure that sooner or later, you begin to get the results you want. What is the wrong attitude? The wrong attitude says, who can I get into my business? The wrong attitude says, who can I get into my business? The wrong attitude is completely focused on recruiting somebody into the business. That is all. So, it looks like a good question, doesn't it? Doesn't it? But the wrong attitude is impressed upon only getting somebody into the business. That's all. So once I look around and say, who's it? Right attitude is, to whom will I offer the next opportunity to retire? Let me tell you the difference between both attitudes. One attitude says, as far as I'm concerned, you are just the next person in line. The other attitude says, I am looking for the next person that I want to give an opportunity of a lifetime. With that opportunity, that person will create passive income enough to retire. So the first is looking for sales. The second is looking for a business partner. The first is looking for somebody to join the statistics. The second is looking for somebody who will be a testimony. So the wrong attitude says, hey, I just want who the next person will be. I don't care if the person comes, I don't care if the person stays, I don't care what the person ends up achieving or not achieving with the business. The right attitude says, what is important to me as I filter through, as I prospect, as I dig through the number of people that are available, as I go through my name list, what is important to me is that I want to find the next person I can give a platform on which they can retire. So my attitude from day one is that when I have signed you up, the first thing that was on my mind before I signed you up was, is this a candidate that I can build to the point where they retire or passive income they make from the business? Do you see the difference between both attitudes? Do you think you know the attitude with which you were signed up? If you were signed up with the first attitude, please don't raise up your hand. Just know, some people are very interested there. I know my upline had the wrong attitude. I know. Anyway, if you have signed up people with the wrong attitude, please raise up your hand. Oh, nobody wants to raise up their hand now. But everybody wants to raise up their hand for the person that signed them up. Alright? Of course, we've learned that responsibility is ours. So, regardless regardless of how you have been signed up or how you are about to be signed up, if you are a prospect, what's most important is that you have the right attitude to succeed in the business. And the right attitude is what? The right attitude is what? Who will I offer the next opportunity to retire? Who will I help to create passive income? Who would I help to create time freedom? Who would I help to give a plan B? Who would I help to have extra income? Who would I help to travel the world? Who would I help to do one or two things? The most important thing is the right attitude seeks for the next person you want to offer an opportunity to that can fulfill that person's dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, the second subject we need to learn, first subject I said was what? Attitude. First subject was what? Attitude. The first course we need to master in this business is attitude. You need to have the right attitude. Second thing you need to have is you need to have a spirit of involvement. Let me hear you say it. You need to have a spirit of involvement. You must be involved. You must be very, very involved. In this business, it is very wrong for you to sit down on the sidelines and expect that your business will generate funds for you. It is wrong. It is wrong to assume that after I have recruited someone, I have sponsored someone, I have trained someone, after I've recruited someone, I do not need to train the person. The person has the privilege part. It becomes the person's responsibility to go and find out what the person needs to do to succeed. That is true from the person's point of view. But from your point of view, it is extremely important that you are involved in making that person succeed. Apart from that, involvement also requires that once I have gotten involved in this business, I must get all the knowledge possible to succeed in this business. Listen, you may have gotten signed up with one of both attitudes I spoke about at the beginning. However, after that, you now have the responsibility to say, I have been signed up into this. I need to get involved in it. I need to sit down in the steering wheel, start the car, engage the gear, get on the road to be able to drive the car. I need to be able to find the books. I need to be able to find the training materials. I need to be able to find the strategy. I need to be able to go for meetings. I need to be able to know how to present it. I need to be able to know what to say. I need to be able to know the benefits of the product. I need to be able to know the features of the product. I need to be able to know. It becomes important for you to get involved. Listen, tell your neighbor, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Get involved. For you to succeed in this business, it is a crime not to get involved. I know people in this business who know nothing other than their username. Even their username, they are not sure. If you ask them, they will probably need to ask the person who signed them up. There is no way you will benefit from this business if you are not involved in it. There is no way. How, if you do not even know your username, what else do you want to know? There are so many parts to it. There's so much learning to get from it. There's so much you can create from it for yourself and for somebody else. But if you do not get involved, you are not likely to know. Alright? Somebody asked this question, if you read through the book. It says, do you know a 4-year university course where you could graduate and hope to retire in 1 to 5 years, earning $50,000 and above? If you know any university course like that, please let me see your hand. Let me explain it a bit more. Do you know of any 4-year university course where you will do and graduate from and hope to retire in 1 to 5 years by reason of the knowledge you have gotten from that course, earning $50,000 and above? $50,000, let's even assume is per annum. But this is supposed to be per month. You know any course like that? Nobody knows any course like that. I thought as much. Because let me tell you the truth. If you raised up your hand and you told me that course, I will go and write JAMB again to enroll for that course. Is it not worth it?
Yes.
Hello, is it not worth it?
Yes.
It's worth it. It's worth it. However, the interesting thing is, since we know that there are no such courses that exist, how come we want to be able to do the same thing with a business without going through the school? But we want to, from the beginning, from month 1, month 2, month 6, we want to already be earning $5,000, $50,000 and above, and we want to get retired in 1 year. How come? Okay? I know a course that you can do like this. I know. Somebody say, what's the title? What's the name of the course? Of course, you know that if there's a course like this, and they have sure access to it, you can earn $50,000 per month or per annum, anyone you want. Per annum is fine, let's have it per annum. Sure, guaranteed. After 4 years, if you do all that is in the course and you pass all the course content, you know that if I know, for me to tell you, you will need to pay me some part of this money. You know? Yes. Otherwise, there will be no point giving you that information for free. You see, for what some of us don't realize is we're in that kind of a school already. We already have a business that has the capacity to do that. The problem is this: most of us have not gone to school. Some of us have started school but have dropped out. It is very important. But in this business, it doesn't even take this long to go to school. In this business. But it's very important that you go back to school. How many people have read any book on network marketing here? You read any book on network marketing? One. You read one book on network marketing. Sorry. You read a pamphlet, like a journal on network marketing. Okay? Book, one book. You read up to 2 books. What about 3? You read up to 3 books. You read up to 4 books. 5 books. You read up to 6 books. You read up to 7 books. 7 is the number of perfection. Okay, I see one more person there. You read up to 10 books. 10 books on network marketing. How many people are here who did not read up to 10 books in all your university education? You did not read up to 10 books. So is it possible? You did not read up to 10 books. We will know that it was machinery that did the work. Because many of us are actually expecting to have a machinery experience, or what you call a mercenary experience in the business, in A2W. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, so my upline will be signing people under me. And then you'll be getting spillover. And then some people come and say, my team is very weak. My team on the left, they have not done anything. And the question is, what did you do? What have you done? After all, you have a left and a right. This is your own left and your own right. What have you done there? Alright, it's very important. Many of us have not gone to school, but we want to get the results of those who have graduated from school. It is near on impossible. Let's ask a few questions. What did you do in school? What did you do in school? Did you buy books for different semesters? Hello? Did you buy books for different semesters? You even bought handouts as well. Okay? So you bought books and you bought handouts. Why? Because you wanted to know. In fact, some of us did not really want to know. We just wanted to pass. That is to say, in this business, it is not so much the desire to know that makes us go to look for books. It is not so much the desire to know that makes us go to seek knowledge. It is because it is almost impossible for us to get the results without getting the knowledge. So because we need the results very badly, we have to go after the knowledge that will deliver the results. Tell your neighbor, Go and get books. Did you study those books? Did you study those books in school? You studied them. Someone said that they even taught tutorial. You were teaching tutorial. Someone said you didn't study everything, but you studied part of it. But were you required to study them? Because you needed to pass. Alright? Same thing here. Did you prepare for exams with them? Did you prepare for exams with them? Or did you go to the exam and think, hey, forget about the things we have studied that we have learned in the book. In this exam, I'll answer the way I want to answer. How many of us did that? And you passed. Okay? Did you plan to excel at those exams with what you studied? Yes. Did you plan to? Yes. You saw past questions. You looked through it. The past questions came out like, based on what we read and what we given, this is how we will answer it. Am I correct? Yes. Okay, good. Did you get paid to go to school every day? No. Did you get paid to go to school? No. Somebody paid you to go to school? No, you have to go. Alright? Did you quit because you weren't getting paid? Hello? Did you quit from school because you were not getting paid? Some people, I can hear yes somewhere in that direction. Raise up your hand. You say you are not doing again because you've been telling your father or mother or guardian to pay for you to go to school. And since they were not paid, you say no, you are not doing anymore. Is there anybody like that here? Oh.
And vouching.
You don't make Akanro and vouching. That's what you said, though. I didn't say so. Alright, so we did it. Anyway, none of people get it. We did not quit school because we were not getting paid. We decided to go. We knew we had to go because there was an exam we had to pass. Okay, so the question is, why are you then discouraged in your network marketing business? Why? If you did all those things you had to do, and you had to do them to get to school and through school because there was a result you wanted to get. If you are not getting the result now, is it not important that you go back to school to do the same things? Why are you discouraged in your network marketing business? When, one, you haven't even gone to school yet. You haven't even bought books yet. You haven't even read anything about it yet. You don't know how much the people that are earning from it are earning yet. You don't know any information about it yet. You have no videos about it yet. You don't know the companies that use the model yet. You have not met the MD yet. You have not spoken to anybody who is platinum yet. You have not spoken to anybody who is gold yet. Why are you then discouraged? Why? You haven't even spent 6 months in school for those who have started to go to school. You've done just 1 month and you are discouraged. 3 months, you are discouraged. See, there are people who have been in analyst world for 1.5 years who have done just 1 month of schooling. Just 1 month. I'm not saying how long have you been in analyst world now. I'm saying how long have you been in school in analyst world? How long did you take the power 4 or the power 5 role and do it? How long did you take the I need to do 4 presentations per week and do it consistently? How long did you keep up your name list writing? How long did you keep on getting to contact the people on your name list? How long did you increase that name list for? That was how long you were in school. Okay? You haven't spent 6 months yet. You haven't even spent 1 year in school yet. 1 year. 1 year. We did 4 years minimum in the university. 4 years. We got a certificate with which none of us can say we will go out there and of a shorty in 1 to 4 years earn $50,000 and retire. However, we went all the same. We were not paid to go, but we went all the same. Alright? So how come you haven't done 1 year yet? Just 1 year. And you're discouraged. How come? Why? The first and foremost thing you need to do in network marketing is to do what? Is to do what? To go to school. It's important. Go to school. Empty your cup. Learn. Go on the internet. Look for videos. Look for training. Like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Google will help you find it. The biggest universities on the internet. Look for trainings. Look for books. Across leaders. How did you do it? When did you do it? I came across a book sometime after I had started network marketing and I thought it was tough. And I came across this particular book that I read. It's called The First Year in Network Marketing. And when I started reading that book, I understood that the reason I was doing what I was doing was because I had not gone to school. Because when I read that book, I found out that the guy who wrote that book, who was earning over $100,000 per month, who eventually built a school, a university for network marketing, when he started his own business, did not get anybody to join his team until he had spoken to the 66th person. Hello? Did you get what I said? Until he had spoken to the 66th person. Now, let me tell you the interesting thing about this guy. He was not a recluse. He was not as if he didn't understand English. He was a scholar. And he was a leader of people with influence. Every week, at least twice a week, he stood up and he spoke to a lot of people with his influence. In fact, they came to listen to him because of how well he could speak and what he was going to tell them. But he could not get one person to join his business until he had spoken to 66 people. Then I found out that my case wasn't that bad. Because I had not even spoken to 16 people before I got my first person. I had not spoken to 66 people before I got my first 3 people. So if I had not spoken to 66 people before I got my first 3 people, I was doing at least 3 times better than he was doing. Am I not correct? So how many people are here? You have spoken to 66 people and nobody has responded to you. So what's the excuse? If that raise up your hand and I've told you that you are the one that will write the second edition of that book. It's still not an excuse. Do you understand? And the reason I was discouraged was because I didn't go to school. By the time I read it through, I was extremely encouraged. I read something about the rejection rocket there. I said, okay. Some people think it's only here, it's only you. That some people say, no, don't talk to me about that business. It is not only you. I read it. The guy was American. They rejected him. Friends, family, relatives. I said, it's not only me. Okay, good. So let's go on. And then they kept on at it. Why? The only reason I discovered that was because I went to school. Come on, tell your neighbor, go to school. Go to school. Tell your neighbor, go to school. Go to school. All right, very good. To be really successful in network marketing, you must become a teacher. One of the reasons why we insist that people should go to school is because they must of necessity teach. If you have not learned, what will you teach? Hello? Are you following me? This business is a training business. It's a learning business. After you have learned, you must teach. So it becomes necessary for you to learn so that you can teach. Because for you to be successful, you must teach. You must teach someone to become successful before you can succeed in this business. You must teach someone to become successful. What does that mean? It means the proof of my success in this business is a show of somebody else's success that I taught. Are you following me? Did you understand what I said? The proof of your success in this business is a show, a presentation of someone who is successful in this business that you have taught. If there's nobody you have taught to be successful in this business, you cannot be successful. Are you seeing why you need to go to school? Are you seeing why you need to go to school? Because if you do not go to school, those you talk to about it have no school to go to. And if they have no school to go to, they have nothing to learn. If they have nothing to learn, they have nothing to earn. What should you do? What are we to do? What are we to do? Number 1, get rules. Tell your neighbor, get rules. Get rules. Get rules. Tell your neighbor, get rules. Get rules. When we watched the video this morning, one of the insights that came from the MD was listen to your leader. Because there were a group of guys who were about to perish. They did not know. But the leader saw the danger ahead and says, guys, let's leave this place. The dam is about to break. And no sooner had they left than the dam broke. Get rules. Listen to your leader. When we started learning in this business, when we went to school in this business, we learned that we needed to edify our upline. Okay? Since we are talking about marketing, it means everybody here knows what upline is. Your upline is the person who sponsored you into the business. That's your upline. It says listen to your upline, edify your upline. Whether his mouth is smelling or not, doesn't matter. Just edify your upline. Listen to your upline. Get rules. Tell your neighbor, get rules. Get rules. Get tools. Tell your neighbor, get tools. Get tools. Tell your neighbor, get tools. Get tools. One of the videos we were watching just before we started was talking about the internet and how the world will continue to get electronic. See, you do not need internet to do this business. You do not need internet to do this business. But you need internet to do any business. Because the world is becoming digital. So it is not an excuse that you do not know how to use the internet. This business will teach you how to use the internet. It's extremely simple. I have people here that I know who had not touched a computer one day of their life before they came to the business. After having gone through the business for a while, they could teach people how to use the computer. They are on Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, everything. Alright? Because they've been able to harness it. Get books. Get books. I'm done. Get books. I've said that and I cannot overemphasize it. This book that we are teaching from, get the book. It is available for you. Get it. Get the book, read it, learn it. Get your first year network marketing. Get It's Time for Network Marketing by John Milton Ford. Get books. Get books. Stimulate yourself with knowledge. Get school. Come on, tell your neighbor, get school. Get school. Get school. Get school. All right. In closing, if you could be making $2,000 to $6,000 per month in 6 months to 1 year, on top of what you are currently earning, follow the question. If you could be making $2,000 to $6,000 per month in 6 months to 1 year, that's 6 months to 1 year from now, on top of what you are currently earning, whether with your day job or whatever you do, could you see yourself going back to school? Would you see yourself going back to school? Some people don't understand. I'm saying if you could be earning $2,000 to $6,000 per month in the next 6 months to 1 year, if you see yourself doing that, can you, because of that, go back to school? Yes. You can go back to school. Yes. You can. Somebody said no. I can see you can't see yourself earning that. For 5 to 10 hours per week. Is 5 to 10 hours per week okay? Yes. Is it too much? No. Per week, just 5 to 10 hours per week. Is it okay? Okay. For 6 months to 1 year. Is that possible? Yes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if that is possible, please ensure you learn how to do it. Let us all go back to school. Thank you very much.